EAFL fighter in Eric Fimbres, representing Arizona, and Siege MMA, or as we like to joke around and call it, Team Santino, because he's at Siege and at Fight Ready. Santino able to coach at both places, and some tremendous fighters at both back in Arizona. Eric taking on Marcus the Mad King Anthony, a local fighter from here in Southern California. And sometimes, Frankie, when guys get hurt or guys don't make weight, things have to be shuffled around. Fighters come out to fight. Fimbres wants to fight. Marcus Anthony wanted to fight. And here we have it. So it's not an official EAFL bout, but it involves an EAFL fighter, and that's the kind of fighters we have in the EAFL. They'll step up and fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, and that's what Fimbres is doing here. Fimbres is 20 years old. You can see at 6 feet 6 inches tall. He weighs 170 pounds, abnormally and just ridiculously tall for his weight. Presents all kinds of problems. He's a kickboxer. He's a great wrestler. He uses his length equally effectively with the striking game and with the grappling game, as you know very well.
Ooh, nice clinch takedown. You know, he was looking for that body lock earlier. Couldn't quite get it to the ground. You know, succeeded there. Nice job by Marcus getting right back up to his feet. You know, like you said, you know, Eric has that size, that length that's kind of exhausting. You know, he can lock his hands from anywhere. You're like, how'd that guy reach his leg from way over there? You know, these guys just have that.
In the striking game, he works the angles so well. He's only had 2 MMA fights and 2 kickboxing fights, but rolling up a wrestler just so strong for a guy that tall is really almost unfair. I know Stefan Struve is a heavyweight, but he kind of has that same type of build, you know, where he's just so tall for his weight class and presents so many problems, and we've seen time and time again with taller fighters. Now, it's not like Marcus Anthony is short by any means. He's just about 6 feet, but he's a football player, tough dude from Detroit, inner city, very good striker and jiu-jitsu artist. This is his 7th fight.
Yeah, right now Eric's just trying to find his range. You know, throwing kicks, throwing punches, seeing how close he can get to him. Ooh, there he found it. You know, nice body lock again. Like I said, he uses that length well. You know, nice punches to end the round. You know, way to establish control by Eric Fimbres. You know, he's getting that body lock, taking him down, you know, making Marcus work. You know, when you're getting up and you're working from your back, getting back to your feet, it's exhausting. You do that a couple times around, you know, the gas tank just, you know, goes down to empty.
So fluid, and you know, some people just have that mental toughness is what Santino told me. He said this kid is so tough mentally. He, like you said, he'll always find a way to train. He always wants to fight, but that mental toughness, he'll never quit. The reason that he's so good with those angles and so good with his grappling and so good with his takedown defense is because he's so mentally tough and because he so religiously practices and drills over and over again, which is what it takes in the sport. And look at him coming out, throwing haymakers. They saw something in that first round. Santino DeFranco sent him out on a mission, punching right into the fence, into what he hopes will be a takedown to dump Marcus the Mad King Anthony on the ground. And now big knees from Fimbres.
Nice. Yeah, nice body lock. He's in that body lock again. It's exhausting. Another takedown by Fimbres. You know, coming out swinging. I mean, this guy, he said he wasn't going to drive all the way out here to not win this fight tonight.
Unbelievable job by Fimbres. I've actually called a couple of his fights back in Arizona. He's only had 2. But he literally has impressed me. Yeah, very much so in both fights.
He's just wearing on him. You know, right now that wrestling position, you know, we go over this in practice every day, knees to the body, wrist control. You want to roll that wrist, and you just want to make it exhausting for the other fighter. You know, he's working to get up, carrying Eric's weight. You know, and he's getting kneed on the way up. You know, those are going to start to, you know, really pay in these later rounds.
Almost got crushed by a huge uppercut right there. And he got lucky to move his face out of the way of that one, because that might have been lights out for Fimbres, and that's maybe a little bit of inexperience. But what a performance by Fimbres so far here tonight. Invited to represent Team Arizona here. And I'm sure if he's still an amateur and if he wants to be a part of Team Arizona next year, he'll have a spot waiting for him.
Yeah, you know, nice body lock again. You know, heavy knees to the legs. You know, Marcus is going to have a hard time walking tomorrow. You know, but this is an exhausting position. You know, you're in that body lock. You're fighting this tall guy off you. You're back on the ground. You know, you're just waiting for this round to end right now. you know, but it's a lot of single punches. You know, I'm not seeing anything fancy. You know, Eric Fimbres is just kind of working, changing his level, you know, looking for strikes, looking for takedowns. And, you know, Marcus kind of just one-dimensional. He's throwing either one strike, he's throwing a haymaker uppercut, you know, a heavy kick. You know, and he's just going, you know, single legs. It's very predictable. You know, I just like to see Eric just put the pressure on him here in this third round, and, you know, he could probably end it.
Oh, you right down there.
No question about it. You're looking at him right now. Fimbres with Santino DeFranco in his corner. And that's what I love about MMA, Frankie, more than anything, is the camaraderie and how even the biggest stars and the big-time fighters and coaches come and work with the amateurs as much as they'll go and work with the pros, which was pretty interesting. I've seen one of the alpha male guys, I think it was, I don't know if it was Owen Carr, or maybe it was Danny Castillo. He cornered Uriah Faber, and a month later he was cornering EAFL fighters. Pretty awesome that they get that kind of coaching and that kind of leadership at these amazing facilities, which is obviously a big part of the reason why they are so good, because they keep that talent coming through the pipeline.
Yeah, and you know, like a lot of these teams, I know they say it a lot, it's family. You know, you get in there, you train with the guy, you know, you punch each other, you bleed with each other, you know, you're sweating with each other, and you're working. Nice knees landed there by Eric.
Long night so far for Anthony Fimbres, dominating this fight on the ground.
You know, right in that body lock, and you know, that's a tiring position right there. He's in side mount, looking to pass,
oh, wow.
Right into full mount.
Got him. Just
you know,
sprawled out on him.
And it's just an exhausting position. You know, how much of this fight has Marcus carried Eric on his back?
Yeah. Marcus is having a long night.
You know, he's looking for that big knockout, big finish. You know, and this is how the wrestling coach, you know, or the MMA coach wants these wrestlers to push fights. Push the pace, make it exhausting for your opponent, and just implement your will. You know, come forward, he stuffs that takedown, that doesn't mean you stop shooting. You know, you keep coming forward and you finish it and get the guy to quit, basically.
This is just exhausting if you're Marcus Anthony, and for Fimbres to have that kind of a tank, to have that size and that ability, that natural talent with the mental toughness and the intelligence that he possesses, a great coach in Santino at 20 years old. I mean, the sky is literally, there is no limit. He'll go past the sky if he continues on this path. He looks like a big-time fighter in the making. And now he's got a rear naked choke locked in. Under 10 seconds left. See if the tap comes before the bell.
He wants to finish this. He wants to finish this choke.
Wow, how tough is Marcus Anthony? He would not tap. He would not tap. Give Marcus Anthony all the credit in the world. He just got rode to the ground, on the ground, dominated throughout that fight, and he would not tap at the end of it. That, Frankie, is toughness on the part of Marcus Anthony. But what a performance by Team Arizona's Eric Fimbres, dominating on the ground. We didn't even get to see much of the striking game. None of the kicks that he possessed. He kicked your head off, too. But the wrestling, wow, I mean, so impressive for a guy that tall and that size to do it. He's 6'6" and 170 in and of himself is unbelievable.
We go into the judges' scorecards after 3 rounds. We have our first judge, 30-27. Next judge, 30-27. And our last judge, 30-26. For unanimous decision, for your winner, Eric Fimbres. All right, I'm here with a very happy Eric Fimbres. What a great show. You're a monster in the cage, 170 pounds, but you're 6'6", long and rangy. Great jiu-jitsu. Did he do anything that surprised you tonight?
Not really. I knew he was going to try to take me down because I'm tall. He's going to think, oh, he's easy to target to take down. So I was like, let's get it on, and we got it on.
Tell us about your jiu-jitsu and your wrestling. What's got you at this level?
Like how I started wrestling? Or, I started wrestling in high school. I wrestled for 5 years, a year in JUCO college. And then I've just been training with my coaches for a year and a half in jiu-jitsu, and that's it.
It's great. Who do you like to thank, Eric, for making this all come a reality for you?
I think my corner, I don't know where they went. And then Casey just fought before me. Good job, Team Arizona. We got the win, and thank you to all the troops out there. I know Veterans Day, is here, so thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,